March and we're doing geology. Geology, or a geologist, is a scientist who studies the solid, liquid, and gas matter that constitutes the Earth and other terrestrial planets, mean any rocks that are on any other planets, like we have observed Mars and other planets, as well as process that shape them. Okay, so let's talk about rocks. Did you know that rocks have a life cycle? You know, you talk about living things have a life cycle. Rocks have a life cycle. They go in almost a circle depending on where they are in the Earth. So the Earth is, if you guys know, there's kind of three parts to the Earth, which is the crust, then there's the mantle, and then there's the core. So that's where the hot lava is. And the way that these rocks are on the different areas of the Earth, kind of heating and cooling of rock creates different minerals or gems, and the compaction or sedimentation of other environmental things creates different types of rocks. So that's what this paper is about weather, erosion, and deposition. There's three different types of rocks. There's sedimentary, which is more on the crust, and then there's igneous, which they've already kind of been through the magma and the cooled into rock, and then there's the metamorphic, which they are deeper down rocks. How you kind of ID your rocks, there's a few different steps. So there's the hardness, the luster, means the shine, or if there is no shine, the habit. There's geos, everybody familiar with geos, or stalactitic or stalactite. Lots of different kinds. Then this relates to your rocks, kind of relate to your periodic table, because some of your elements are magnetic. So using a magnet to see if that can give you tips on figuring out what kind of rock you have too is another great test. So in doing this, we're using the scientific method. So observe, make observation, question, ask a question. What do you want identified? What do you want to figure out? Research, search for existing answers or solutions that might already be out there. A hypothesis means your educated guess of what you think it is. And then experiment, do all the tests that we just talked about. Then test your hypothesis. Was your hypothesis correct? After your test, did you find that it was the rock that you think it was, or it wasn't? Draw the conclusion and then report. These are your different three types of rocks. Okay, so your kit has, oh my goodness, it does not have magnets. This is my magnet to test my rock when we find it. It has your rocks and mineral IDs. So majority of the rocks that you're gonna find in your set is on this picture diagram here. But not every rock looks the same. That's what's the cool thing about rocks. They're kind of like us. Everybody's slightly different. So you, on the back is how to pronounce the type of rock that you're looking for. And then more in-depth details about what the characteristics are of your rock and if that's the rock you found or not. So then this is our little half sheet, just tells you all the stuff that's in it. There's this sheet here. So once you find a rock, you can go ahead and put it on one of your circles. You should find 5 rocks or minerals. So once you find 5, you're good, you're done, you can stop. And you can put it in there and you can put your hypothesis of what rock you think it is on this paper. And then once you kind of read more about it, then you can put all the information about the rocks that you found on this paper. All right, so then we have a hammer, a paintbrush, a chisel, and a magnifying glass. with your kit, please make sure that you are being safe and not getting too crazy with your hammer and your chisel and hitting somebody or throwing it, or I couldn't tell you what you guys come up with. Okay, then in this little metal thing is your rocks. You remove that and it should pop right out. If it does not, that's the great thing about this foil. You can use scissors to cut it so your little kind of like meatloaf thing pops out. All right. Once you have everything, then the fun part begins. Good luck finding your rocks and minerals. All right, I have found my 5 rocks. I'm just going to look and guess from the pictures which ones I have. So I'm going to guess this pink one is rose quartz, and this blue one, there's a lot of blue ones. I'm going to guess the dummerite. And then this one I'm gonna guess, oh my gosh, there's a lot of green too. Maybe the one at the top here. And this one is brown, but I'm gonna guess tiger's eye. And this one I think is, I want to say red jasper. Okay, so the next step is to kind of read the instructions, and let's start with the pink one and go to rose. Okay, so on the back it doesn't say rose quartz, but it does say quartz. So it's one of the most common minerals in Earth. The colors can be clear, pink, or rosy, smoky purple, and has been found in Brazil, India, US, and Madagascar. So if you were in your seat, you would write all this information down, and it has should have no magnetic abilities. Does not like my magnet, so I think it's rose. We're good. Let's see, does my magnet like anything? It likes my tiger's eye. Let's read. Tiger's eye is a type of quartz. It has possible iron in it, and iron is magnetic. So I think we are good, and this is tiger's eye. I hope you guys have fun finding your rocks and IDing them. Bye, friends. Here's some suggestions from our library here at Tremont. This is I'm Trying to Love Rocks. It's really cute and looks like it's for younger kids, but if you actually read it, it's really good about actually telling you about where rocks come from and how the whole cycle works. So it looks very young, but it has great information in it. This is Rocks and Fossils, so this is definitely just a really factual based, kind of telling you about different examples, where some of them have been found, and the chemical makeups of them. A rock is lively. These are another great illustrations and just pictures of different types of rocks and a little information on them. But if you want more of like meat and potatoes, kind of like field guide stuff, we do have a couple in the youth area. We only have a couple, so they are very popular and get checked out. don't worry, because in the adult section, for you older kids, there is this field guide, which is just Illinois, and then this one is Rocks and Gems. And if you guys really love Rocks and Gems, here at the library, we have our own small collection that someone has left us of rocks and minerals of Illinois. And we have examples of rocks that you won't normally see. So if you're really interested, you guys can come in and take a look at what we've got.